This is Modern Fables for Modern Kids, 106 Sleep Stories with Life Lessons. Written by Yash and performed by Yash. Story 106, The Wizard's Apprentice Who Forgot Her Spell. In a tall stone tower filled with magical books and bubbling potions, lived a young wizard's apprentice named Memory, who had bright brown eyes that sparkled with curiosity, nimble fingers perfect for mixing magical ingredients, and the most forgetful mind of any student in the entire magical academy. Memory lived with her wise teacher, Master Spell, in a cozy tower room where apprentice wizards had learned magic for hundreds of years. Memory loved studying magic and learning new spells, but she had one big problem that made her feel very worried and embarrassed. No matter how hard she tried to remember the magical words and movements for spells, she would often forget important parts just when she needed them most. "Memory, my dear student," Master Spell would say, as he watched his hard-working young apprentice practicing the same simple spells over and over, but still mixing up the words. "I can see how much effort you put into learning magic. Your dedication and enthusiasm are wonderful. But you seem very stressed about forgetting things instead of focusing on learning from your mistakes and finding ways to improve." "But Master Spell," Memory would reply with frustration, "all the other apprentice wizards can remember spells perfectly after just one lesson. I practice the same spells dozens of times, but I still forget the magic words or mix up the hand movements when it's time to use them. How can I become a real wizard if I can't remember the most basic magical knowledge?" Memory lived in a magical academy, where students were expected to memorize hundreds of spells, potions recipes, and magical procedures. The other apprentices seemed to have perfect memories and could recite complex magical formulas without any difficulty. "Memory," said her practical friend, a young apprentice named Quick who lived in the room next door, "I think you're making memory problems bigger than they need to be. Everyone forgets things sometimes. Maybe you just need to practice more or find better ways to study. Don't worry so much about making mistakes, just keep trying." "But what if my forgetfulness means I'm not meant to be a wizard?" Memory worried aloud. "What if I'm just not smart enough or talented enough for magic? Learning from mistakes and improvement feels impossible when I can't even remember the basics that everyone else finds easy." Memory's wise teacher, Master Spell, had been watching his students' struggles with memory and self-confidence with both understanding and hope. As one of the most experienced wizards in their academy, he had taught many different types of students and learned that everyone had their own special ways of learning and succeeding. "Memory, my struggling student," Master Spell said one quiet evening as they sat together in their tower room, surrounded by magical books and glowing candles. "I want to share something important with you about learning and memory that might change how you think about your challenges. Sometimes our greatest difficulties become the paths to our most amazing discoveries and strengths." "Do you really think my memory problems could somehow become helpful, Master Spell?" Memory asked hopefully, though she still felt discouraged about her constant forgetfulness. "I don't just think it, I've seen it happen many times before," Master Spell replied with wisdom. "Learning from mistakes and improvement often come from finding creative solutions to challenges that force us to think differently and develop new approaches that other people never discover." Master Spell began helping Memory explore different ways of learning and remembering magic that worked better for her particular mind and learning style. "First," Master Spell explained, "instead of trying to memorize everything perfectly like other students do, let's find ways to organize and understand magical knowledge that makes sense for how your mind works best. There are many different ways to be successful at magic." Master Spell taught Memory to create visual pictures for spells, write magic formulas as songs and rhymes, and develop hand movements that helped her
Sample complete. Ready to continue?